This reverse the lever hook, I bring it here, okay? Like this, right? This kind of side guard position. So now, when we enter the false sweep, you actually take out one of the problems of freeing that leg. You know, like a lot of people are actually saying that it's hard to get this leg free, and I agree. On someone who's resisting, it can be quite hard. So when I go here, I'm always playing like this, and then I bring the other leg under the knee. Okay? If I fire it over the top, he knows what I'm doing right away. Maybe he can counter leg lock me. There's other things. Yeah, he can start bringing my leg out and stuff. So I always like to bring it under the knee. Right? It looks quite harmless, and then from here, all I'm going to do is I underhook and then we shoot. And now you see we've got the same position, but my leg is already out. Right? So we have the advantage. I don't have to do that awkward bit in the middle. And remember, I'm always trying to get his head away from mine. Okay, what we don't want to ever happen again is his head to stay close to us and get here. Okay, yeah, this is not good. So make sure whenever we get to here, I'm always getting their head away from me, and then we're here ready in the saddle. Okay, so it's it's basically the same. My leg comes here. Okay, now from here, I just make like an X with my legs. One is under the knee. Okay, looks harmless enough, and then I come up. And then ready. Yeah, this is why I have a much higher success rate with this one. Yeah, I hit this one a lot. I'm here balancing my partner. Good. And we're just here. See? Very simple. And then look, I come up. And then we're here ready to start. Exactly. Does everyone understand? Just. I think the first one's harder. That's the thing. I think you'll find this way easier. If you guys could do the first one, that'd be super easy. So like I go here and here. And as I've still got his ankle. As I come up, I'm gonna go like this. I kind of curl into a ball, and you see how I kind of use this leg to bring my head underneath, and I shoot my leg to that far hip, like all in kind of like one motion. But you see? And from here, in the saddle, you can collect both legs, or you can start to work to the position. Up to you. Okay? Everyone cool? Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Periods of time, just posting on your shoulder because you might row drag you. Yeah, boom. Yeah, this is terrible, right? It's anterior special, man. This is all the time. But like, if you get hit with this and they take an underhook on you, it's bad. Okay, you can't. You really don't want to give up an underhook in this situation. Okay, so what I like to do is that you can still frame, but I just put my hand underneath the armpit and I use my forearm across his chest to frame. Okay, so now when he tries to row drag me, it doesn't exist. And this frame is very nice, right? Because if he ever does crush me, what I can use is this forearm to start lifting his head up and elevating him, right? Which is kind of what we want, okay? So, for the first one, all we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of really try and ball up and let our partner crush our head. But because we have this inside frame, we actually don't mind, right? This is what we want. We want him to overextend, okay? Now, from here, what I'm gonna start to do is as he starts to put cross-face pressure on me, I'm going to lift with my elbow. You see how I'm lifting with my leg, but I'm also lifting his chin with my elbow. Now my inside hand, so it's the different one. So the false sweep is this hand, right? But we're going to use a false sweep with the inside hand. I catch and I bring his knee to my chest, okay? A lot of the time, I can kick through and get this, okay? If I ever am in a position where I can't, I can always swap, right? Because this inside hand, like this one, the main false sweep hand is a bit stronger for pulling the leg through, but this one you have the advantage of it's right here, and I can use this hand as like a frame. Okay, so if I'm ever here, so a lot of the time I can just kick through, put them down, and now this arm's already here, ready to like attack. Right, so that's why I quite like to hit this false sweep with the bottom hand as well. Right, if you're ever stuck and you can't pull the leg through, then you might have to swap and just get like the original false sweep position. Okay, so. Again, yeah, how I like to set this up. I'm playing half butterfly, and if I'm keeping quite a lot of distance, so then it's never going to happen. So I really want to kind of invite this, right? But because I have this frame, I'm safe. Okay. Now don't get me wrong. If you do this, yeah, you're going to get crushed, and don't blame me. I didn't tell you to do this, right? So you want to keep your hand under like this, and then you're safe, right? We want him to crush us. This is the best thing. Okay, so as we start to crush, I'm using my forearm to like lift, and I'm using my leg just to elevate. You see, I've created a little bit of space. I hug it and bring it to my chest. Okay, from here, if I when I really go and kick, a lot of the time I can just get this. Okay, but if the guy's solid and I can't, you can just switch and we get to the same kind of ideas we were just using before. Okay, so if you're here like this and I'm struggling to bend the leg, look, you just post. Okay, so half grab, look, when you put your butterfly hook in. And now another tip as well with your frame, you can even wedge your elbow on the inside of your knee and put it here. So now if he tries to, because sometimes when you're here, if they start smashing your knees together, this can be tiring on your hips. So I kind of like wedge my elbow as like a self-frame. So if he tries to smash my knee, my elbow just supports my frame, and my frames feel really strong and I'm not using a lot of energy. If I just did this and just tense my hip, eventually I'm gonna get tired, right? So if you're like with someone, you don't want to get worn down, you just wedge your elbow like this, okay? Now from here, we're kind of inviting him to smash us, and then from here I'm gonna lift. If I can do this, I do. Okay, if I need to switch, I can switch. And it's the same move again. Okay? So smash. Now like I'm here. Now you're gonna have to grab the other. That was a missing part. Grab the line of the toe, okay? And I grab and just keep it to my chest. Okay, now if he tries to turn, this is tricky, right? You can't. Yeah, he has to be able to turn exactly like this to be able to spin. So I catch this, and if they try to go, you can actually catch a submission here right away. You know, it's worth us practicing. It's not so hard to defend, but it's definitely worth trying, right? So I'm keeping his leg like on the center of my chest, okay? I catch the foot, and now as I'm turning, right, I'm collapsing my top knee, and I'm pushing into the side of the knee, and it's kind of like a lateral knee bar, right? So it's like a knee bar on the side of the leg. Imagine that, right? So I'm like applying pressure, almost like you would like an arm bar, right? I'm like pinching, clenching, and I start to pull, and you're gonna get that pressure to the side of the knee. Now, he can defend by opening my knee up and turning this way, but then I just pass it over, and this is exactly what we wanted. Anyway, I want to get to this position. This is what everyone's playing at the moment, and it's very hard to get out, okay? So, as soon as we get to here, practice, ask your partner to turn away, keep this here, get that first finish as your partner defends, and just bring it over, and now we're in the inside actually, okay, very strong position, you get outside heel hooks, Z-locks, and this position, yeah, it's just like, seems to be the trickiest position now for everyone, I think. I think when you're here, it's very, very tough. Okay? Does everyone understand? Should we just practice this quickly? We won't spend long on this one. One more time. So just start with your partner in saddle, right? I'll cross my feet, okay, and start to point my toes close to their butt. Okay? Maybe foot to foot can work a lot for this one. You can get a lot of bridging power. But then when we go to that inside, actually, I don't want my feet open. It's going to start opening my legs. So if I know I want to bring the leg over, I would always cross my feet back here and turn my toes underneath like their butt. So I'm going for this first one. He defends. Now I'm here. Okay, I just want to see if you need more work this position. Okay? Sound good? Okay, guys. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Catch the secondary leg. And we're going to start having to collect. And you want to like ankle up at the knee. Okay, from here you can start pulling and adjusting yourself. They're stuck, right? It's very hard for them to get out from here, so you can kind of take your time. And from here, I like to go foot to foot, and you want to fall to the same side as the secondary leg. Okay, and from here, your hand just grabs the shin, and you crush everything in close. Then you're gonna go elbow deep. And get finish. Okay, do you feel it on your knee or your hip? Both.
Both a little bit, but more on my hip.
Yeah, it's unpleasant. And I've trained with people who don't feel this as well. I don't know if it's just because it's a flexibility thing. Yeah. They can just eat it and stuff like this. So I'm going to show you what to do next if this is the case. Or if your partner really straightens their leg, to obviously stop the hip bend, I'm going to show you what we can do afterwards as well. But for this one, just relax and let's practice the hip lock, okay? So again, we're in the same position we just got to, right? catch the secondary leg. I come up, get the position nice. I want to go foot to foot. You're gonna fall. From here, I grab the shin, crush everything tight. Make sure everything's tight, there's no play. You want to lift, you want to try and twist their leg, right? It's going to affect the hip, okay? Everyone cool to try this one? Yeah? Okay guys, let's go. 1, 2, 3. In their leg, but this is one of the most common reactions you'll see, because he doesn't want me to go underneath, okay? His leg's straight, so I look at, yeah, exactly. So I grab, I pull it into my armpit, and now his leg is trapped. I'm going to use my feet to push my butt away, and you're trying to pinch your knees together, okay? And it's going to knee bar. You see how his leg's straight? Okay, this is nasty, yeah, on your knees. And he's very stuck, very wedged in, okay? Yeah, so this is one option to practice, and then practice this one as well. Sometimes when you're here, you can attack the secondary leg. What you're going to look to do is feed your foot through like this, okay? And now what we want to do is get our partner's heel onto our chest, okay? Now from here, you can take like any grip is good, whatever you feel comfortable with. Now the thing with an Aoki lock like this, we need pressure to the outside of the knee. Okay, so if I just went to Aoki lock here, you just turn your knee out. You see how he can really last a long time? Because he can open up his knee and his hip. If I keep pressure here, he'll tap right away, right? So you need pressure to the outside of the knee. So I do that with my leg, right? So my leg is applying pressure. It's not just a hook to get the heel here. My right leg is applying pressure here, so don't forget that. So you're using this hook to expose the heel, but also to apply pressure to the outside of the knee from here. Now it's all about rotating, okay? So you're trying to crunch, and then you have Aoki lock, right? And this all from this position, you can just attack one after the other, and your partner's in a real tricky spot the entire time, okay? So again, we're here going for everything. I'm going to go to the ankle, throw my butterfly hook in, use this hook to get the heel to the chest, connect your hands, apply pressure with your leg to the outside of the knee, and rotate, okay? Try to crunch. Okay, then you get that hook, okay? Practice both of these guys, and then we'll have a break, okay? Sound good? Okay, 1, 2, 3.